welcome you to the platform Logistics, Supply Chain and Infrastructure Projects. I am Professor Jitesh Thakkar, Professor Logistics and Supply Chain Management and Dean Academics at Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya Central University. Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya, India's first and only university in transportation and logistics sector, is contributing towards empowering future mobility, workforce, industry professionals, and transport sector at large. This university is mandated by Government of India to significantly contribute in the domain of transportation, logistics, and supply chain with all three dimensions in focus. It is technology, that is infrastructure, it is management, that is services, and policy, that is the reforms and regulations. So GSV is propelling the nation towards new era of interconnectedness and sustainable development through innovations and best practices in the transport and logistics sector. In today's highly competitive business landscape, organizations that excel in logistics, supply chain, and infrastructure are better positioned to thrive and progress. Efficient logistics and supply chain management has a very crucial role to play in ensuring efficient operations, customer satisfaction, and overall business profitability by optimizing transportation, warehousing, inventory management, and various other resources. This extends benefits such as reduced cost and lead time, enhanced capacity utilization, and improved customer services. Infrastructure projects, on the other hand, if you see, where India is significantly investing to improve the logistics and supply chain ecosystem in the country, are highly crucial for the economic growth, social development, and certainly the national security. They provide essential services like transportation, energy, communication, enabling business to operate efficiently, and citizens live comfortable life with sustainability and safety. Delays or failures in these projects can have severe consequences for a nation's development, and that is something where appropriate management of the large scale complex infrastructure project becomes extremely important. This channel explores critical issues in logistics, supply chain, and infrastructure projects for both manufacturing and service sector. This video specifically focuses on views on why SCM is vital for India, why supply chain management and logistics is vital for India. So let us try to look at some of the facts and critical aspects in this direction. If we look at the basic premise of supply chain management, then supply chain integrates the organizations across upstream and downstream to ensure a safe, sustainable, and timely distribution of goods and products to the respective customer segment. It involves exchange of products, resources, finance, and information, and also the most important is the ownership. And supply chain management operates to design and implement the most efficient, cost-effective solution to maximize supply chain surplus, profitability, customer service, and typically we have significant focus on triple bottom line sustainability, that is sustainability for economics, sustainability for environment, sustainability for social. So these three sustainability, that is people, profit, and planet, keeping in mind supply chain really helps the organizations to improve upon their business competitiveness and excel in the particular venture. There are a couple of critical questions if we look at then. Number one, how do we position inventory for faster availability and reduce emissions? So these two issues are clubbed, and we want to push the inventory as fast as possible, but simultaneously we want to have control on the carbon emission as a part of environmental consciousness. How do we ensure effective packaging? That is another dimension which comes under sustainability, an optimal mode of transport, multi-modality for an eco-friendly movement of the goods. And the third question is, how do we minimize the waste across value chain to ensure quantifiable returns and supply chain surplus? So these three questions sets the premise of this talk, and also to motivation to explore why SCM and logistics is vital for India. So certainly, strong supply chains are crucial for India's economic growth, both to meet domestic and compete in the global market. So, to meet the domestic demand and compete in the global market, supply chain management and logistics are highly crucial. Integrated logistics, warehousing, and management of the various activities involving third party logistics service providers and various other agencies can significantly make the supply chain competitive, and also it has a significant potential to boost the employment. It is expected that next to agriculture, it is the transport and logistics sector which can contribute maximum towards generating employment, and it has a potential to generate about 10 million jobs in this sector in next decade. So beyond this business, profitability and competitive aspects, SCM is vital for healthcare, food security, resource distribution, and ensuring India's sustainable development and societal well-being. So supply chain management is a multi-attribute domain which has multifaceted angles and the benefits, and that is something where the supply chain and logistic activities becomes highly crucial for any kind of businesses. India in 2021 through PM Gati Shakti plan launched the different infrastructure development in India. Primarily, there is an objective to integrate more than 16 ministries through this initiative, and see that how integrated infrastructure for multimodal ecosystem in India can be developed. Gati Shakti Master Plan is envisaged having six strategies: comprehensiveness, prioritization, optimization, synchronization, analytical, and dynamic. And these six attributes, strategies of the PM Gati Shakti Master Plan for multimodal logistics in India sets a scientific and systematic approach to see that there is a holistic infrastructure development which can be utilized for various purposes. Either it is for freight transport, for the transport and movement of the people, or it can be for the armed forces and so on. So if you look at the present logistics cost in India, then it is about 14%, and government is aiming through various initiatives and infrastructure development plans to bring this cost down to 8% and 9%, and hence the products which are produced in India would really be highly competitive for indigenous and international market both. So going ahead in our discussion with this prima facie, why SCM and logistics is vital for India, let us try to appreciate a couple of facts. Companies can gain significant edge by tailoring their supply chains. So companies, they have freedom to tailor their supply chain and decide their supply chain network design by meticulously analyzing material flow, finances, information, ownership across each step. Organization can optimize their supply chain, and this results into the significant cost saving, maybe more than 15 to 20%, and this is really huge and significant in today's competitive world. India's supply chain faces hurdles like weak infrastructure, so on that government is putting a lot of effort, and complex distribution, because every 50 kilometer or 100 kilometer we can see in India that consumer preferences and demography and the market structure changes, and that is something where the demand side is extremely sensitive. If you look at couple of directives which sets the future and the growth perspective through logistics and SCM for the companies in India, then there are advancements like IoT, sensor-based technology, AI, and blockchain, and these technological innovations is really helping the companies to capture real-time data and make the informed decisions which are well grounded with the real life information, and that can be planned whether it is a predictive maintenance or it is any sort of corrective action required at a given point in time. And this is something where the technological advancement is playing a huge role in improving the competitiveness of supply chain. So there are various benefits we can see because of these technological innovations and interventions in terms of improved customer service, reduce operating cost, improve finance position, ensure sustainability, and so on. And logistics, typically, which involves transportation, warehousing, movement of the goods, has a very crucial role to play for Indian industries. Specifically, there are a couple of reasons. Number one, the management of physical and informational and human flows to ensure optimal utilization of the resources is extremely important. Number two, keeping transportation cost down has significant impact on reducing your logistics cost and hence improving your competitive position in the market. And number three, consistently meeting the customer industry demands, expectations, and number four, consistency in sourcing and reliable carrier capacity. Certainly, all this will lead to on-time pickup and delivery performance gets improved, and industries in India they gain greater competitiveness through supply chain in their operations. If we just look at some percentage and statistics to appreciate the domain of logistics and SCM better, then there are various IT-enabled collaborative platforms which are now developed, successfully implemented, and companies have really taken huge advantage through improved coordination, collaboration, and innovative design solutions with the use of these IT platforms. So there is a very well established fact that such kind of collaborative platform companies can achieve 10 to 20% reduction in transportation cost and almost about 30 to 40% improvement in the on-time delivery. And this is a huge, say, this has a huge impact on the performance of the company and its competitiveness. Efficient supply chain offer triple win, that is lower cost, higher sales, and stronger partnerships. If you just look at the macro level, what are the various uh, advantages, or we may say the avenues that supply chain management creates, then the supply chain structuring or restructuring help the company and industry at large to keep the transportation costs down. It helps them to keep up with customer and industry demand, which is highly fluctuating and dynamic, sourcing consistent, reliable carrier capacity, keeping up with the latest technology solution and demands, on-time pickup and delivery, population and wealth growth in the rural areas. So you can develop many of the regions where the development is little lacking, and there is trade wars and border battles. Yes, there also supply chain has a very critical role to play. sustainability, carbon footprints, and emission regulations. So there are various dimensions in which an appropriate, effective, and efficient supply chain management has a potential to contribute. India's competitive advantage is to attract foreign direct investment and also to provide enough support and motivation to indigenous companies, small and medium scale enterprises. Number one is cost. So, labor cost and fiscal incentives make India an attractive destination for the businesses. Number two, manufacturing. We have the established sectors like automotive, pharma, and electronics, and they are well positioned globally. And this is something where we have a good ecosystem available in India, even for the other businesses to establish in the market and receive the different kind of services for the development of their business. So early technology transfer we have seen in case of Mercedes, and there are emerging trends that chip making plan like Foxconn and the other companies, they are preferring India as the attractive destination. So there are various advantages, attractions that India has, and with the improved supply chain and logistics, certainly this will provide a better enabling environment to the indigenous and foreign companies to offer the products with greater competitiveness or services with much better quality. So if we just summarize a couple of points, then why SCM is vital for India. Number one, customer focus. Certainly in today's competitive world, it's only the supply chain management that can help the business to improve upon their customer focus. The second is supply chain challenges like redundancies, siloed operations, traceability issues, fluctuating inventory. All these can very easily be addressed through appropriate supply chain management and enablement of the collaborative IT platforms. The third is regulations and compliances. Effective SCM requires strong contracts and controls with partners to ensure quality and meet regulations. And this is also something where the policy reforms and regulations which are taking place in India is towards making the supply chain of various sectors competitive. Then cost reduction, high logistics costs that can be brought down to 8% or 9%, and this sets the perfect motivation that why SCM is vital for India. And differentiation, that is the fifth dimension. So superior SCM allows companies to offer competitive products and services through cost-effective, timely fulfillment. And typically, we see the example of Amul's dairy distributions or Dell's assembly speed, and you can offer even the customized product in large scale with high responsiveness to the market. So I'm just raising a couple of questions at the end to make our community in logistics and supply chain management think more critically and have a debate on these issues at the various platforms. Number one, what rationale should be applied for designing a supply chain to overcome downstream effects from suppliers and keeping up with consumers and their buying behaviors. So buying behavior has a significant impact in terms of bullwhip effect, and in what way I really manage the upstream, that is the supplier side, with respect to the buying behavior at the downstream side. The question two is how industries can design their reverse supply chain with a focus on reducing uncertainty in terms of the parameter like quality of returns, balancing return rates and with demand rates, and make material recovery more predictable. So reverse supply chain is extremely important for sustainability and also to see that there is a new demand generated in the market and the newly invented innovative products really find a place in the respective customer segment. Number three, how to optimize inventory through risk pooling for the drop shipping arrangement in the era of e-business. So typically there are a lot of last mile deliveries taking place, and in what way we can even aggregate those last mile deliveries and optimize inventory and apply the principles of risk pooling. So what impact would it have on service level and cost if the inventory is kept in the aggregated form at one location, which is owned by each individual retailer? The fourth question is, how can we improve aggregation across supply chain and reduce transshipment points, that is typically your loading and unloading process, by synchronizing the existing infrastructure of various modes of transportation in terms of its location and the distribution network of the industries like automobile and others. And the last and fifth question is, what are the next decade supply chain skill and technological solutions required with the advancement in the domain of mobility like electric vehicles, hydrogen fuel, autonomous vehicles, 5G, 6G enabled IoT solutions, etc. So these are some of the most contemporary questions for the industry and academia and researchers to address, and let us together try to see that in what way we can design the new platforms, we can do the research, we can take the various innovative steps in the different industry segment really to make our supply chains more and more competitive. So with this, I am just trying to put forward some five important dimensions that any supply chain should ensure to make their growth in the business and supply chain as competitive as possible. First one, how do you establish the transparency and trust? And maybe for that, the various technology like blockchain and the integration platform can be utilized. Number two, how can we match with customization and speed? So we have enabling technologies like 3D printing and robotics. So this is something where transformation is taking place. Sustainability focus on circular economy, reverse supply chain, and how do we optimize the resources or the wastages in the value chain. Last mile delivery, autonomous vehicles, drones. It is still in the infant stage, but in what way we can maximize its use? And this technology even can help the supply chains of various companies dealing with huge product portfolio in a better way. And the last one is to enhance the workforce efficiency in the logistics and transportation sector. This is something where Gati Shakti Vishwavidyalaya is created by Government of India to ensure that logistics and transportation sector gets the perpetual highly skilled workforce for the various level of activities at operational level, at planning level, and at strategic level for the better competitiveness of the sector. Thank you very much for your interest in exploring the issues in logistics, supply chain, and infrastructure project. We will keep sharing more content through this platform and see that our community in the logistics and transportation and supply chain sector critically thinks about some of the most pressing issues and innovate at various levels in the supply chain to improve the competitiveness of the overall transportation and logistics sector.